Hey, what is up? It's Jim. I'm back with another Tiller tip. This week we are talking about love. Isn't love the goal of every single relationship that we have? I mean, to some degree, I think that that is true. Obviously, with our spouses, we go into marriage with this deep desire to love the other person and have them turn around and love us. And it is such a good and right thing. It's beautiful. But sometimes it's really hard to figure out, okay, well, what does it really mean to have love? This Tiller tip actually comes from our old pastor back in St. Louis. Shout out Kevin, when he did premarital coaching with Alicia and I 18 plus years ago. He talked about the building blocks of love, and it actually became the theme of our wedding. I'll share about that in a moment, but yeah, it is so important to know and very helpful. And so, what Kevin said to us is, okay, so you guys love each other. You want that love to continue on through the wedding, through the entirety of your marriage. Love is so important. Well, it's helpful to stop and think, what is the main ingredient of love? And that main ingredient, I believe, is trust. And trust is the vital thing. If you trust someone well enough, long enough, you are going to love them. It's just naturally going to happen. So if you don't have trust, you don't have love. You might, lust after someone, you might have fondness, interest, care, concern. I don't know what you have, but whatever you have, it's not love. Only trust can help us build towards love. And, in the same way, if we were baking brownies and we decided not to use flour, we would have maybe something chocolatey, but that would not be a brownie. Maybe save some flour alternative for the gluten-free crowd. How you doing? Anyways, so we need trust in order to have the goal of love. And that's really helpful to know. But maybe taking it one step beyond that. Okay, well, like if I want trust in order to get to love, how do I build trust? And it actually isn't complicated. We learned it when we were in kindergarten. It is simply telling the truth. Telling the truth consistently and constantly. That is how we build trust with someone. You tell the truth well enough, and you are going to have trust. So, I don't know where you're at in your relationships, in your marriage, but if you've got a problem with love and it feels like love is waning, maybe what you actually have is a truth problem. And that's really helpful to stop and think about. I coach so many guys, so many couples, and the narrative of love is often, brought up in coaching. And it's like, okay, maybe starting by telling the truth. I know that the truth is sometimes very hard to tell. It is scary. It might not be received well. It might be very hurtful or harmful. But ultimately, isn't not having trust really hurtful and harmful? Isn't not having love as the centerpiece of your relationship a giant negative for you? So I'm thinking of one particular dude. I'm not going to share the specifics of the story, but man, he refused to tell the truth to his wife. I mean, just flat out refused. And for years, I would beg him. And without sharing like the actual ending of the story, it just did not end well. Like everything ended as bad as you could like imagine. And I hate that for him. I just wish he could have taken that advice and just started with the truth. I know it was scary for him. I know it was hard. I know that he thought it was going to cause a lot of damage, but there was a lot of damage to begin with. So the theme of our wedding was truth, trust, and love. That is going to be the centerpiece of our marriage, and I think it's helped us for 18 hard years stay centered with love. And I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful to know that. I don't think it's rocket science, but it is good to know. So I hope that that meets you where you're at. And if you've got a problem with love, maybe start by figuring out how to tell the truth or to ask for the truth. Yeah. All right. Well, that's what I've got. I'm going to take maybe a little bit of time off for the holidays. So I probably won't see you again until 2025. Isn't that wild? We're already here. The future is upon us. Holy cow. So, hey, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time. All right. See you then. Bye.